The hell did bro come from? I had not seen him. Alright. Alright guys, what's up? We are live. Oh wait, give me a second, I just gotta make sure it goes live on YouTube as well. Oh good, there you go. Very cool. Cool. What's up guys? Wrong way, this way. Hey, we got arms and not legs, what we got? I got arms and shoulders. Stretch. Yeah, we got arms and shoulders today, and we're gonna be hitting a new weight on the cables here with the bicep cables, cable curls, whatever you want to call them. Gonna be hitting 60 pounds. I was my brain was going too fast in my mouth there. I was on 55 before, is what I was meant to say, but then it went into 66 because it was like merging the two sentences together. That ever happened to you guys? So we were on 55 pounds before, we're going up to 60 today, so we can see how that goes. Okay. I already got the weight set up here. I did it before I started stream. Prepared. Oh wait, whoops. Wrong stance there. Eight. 9. 12, not bad. Somehow a little bit, I'm not gonna say that was easier than I thought, but what I mean is, I thought I would fail earlier, you know, with how strugglesome those first few reps were. Anyways, you know, 12 reps, I'm happy with it, so, you know, we move. I'm not gonna sit here and go on to the next weight right away. I did hit 12, but I do like to stay on the weight for a session or two before I move up, so I can actually consistently hit it rather than just go up, 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 and then, you know, I can't recreate those same circumstances that I would, you know, hit the weight on. For example, say I had caffeine, say I wasn't fatigued, say whatever, you know, I was just in a better mood, better song playing, better hype, and then I hit that weight, and then next sessions I can't hit it. So I want to consistently stay on that weight before I go up, because the worst thing is going up, you know, you're hyped, you be like, oh shit, I can actually do this. Then you go up again, then you have to come back down because you can't actually maintain hitting that weight again, you know? So that's why you want to make sure you can actually hit the weight before you go up. That's why I like to stay on for a session or two. So it gives you your time for your muscles and your joints to sort of catch up a little bit, you know, before you just keep going up and up and up. So yeah, sort of helps you to pace yourself rather than just go up, up, up. Or hitting that crippling demotivator of going down just after you've gone up, because you can't maintain what you did on one session, you know? Anyways, we'll get into the next set in just maybe 30 more seconds. Anyways, how are you guys doing? I'm doing pretty good, you know. I don't feel too tired. My eyes might say otherwise, like they're a little bit tired looking, I feel like, but I don't actually feel tired, which is obviously a good thing. You know, that's always good. You know, I feel a lot of the time, or a decent amount of the time, I am coming in and I feel tired, but this time I'm not actually feeling good this time, so that's always good. So we're gonna have a nice, good session. Let's hope I stay, you know, fueled and everything. But yeah. Camera is tracking ghosts. Love to see that. Alright, let's go. What the fuck is it tracking, bro? Anyways. What the fuck? Yo. This way. If you move again, I swear. Don't be moving. Anyways. Let's hit this. It does hurt a little to tense my hands up a bit, because I've been doing bag work, and obviously I do my bag work bare-fisted so I can condition my knuckles. Because, you know, what's the use of, like, you know, being able to throw a punch and being able to, you know, hit someone with proper technique and all that stuff when you break your hand in the process, or you damage your hand, you inflict all harm upon your own joints and knuckles in the process, you know? So that's why I condition my knuckles. It's like, one thing, you need to be able to throw the punch, land it, whatnot, all the technique, all that stuff. We also need to have the endurance to actually, you know, not hurt yourself in the process. So that's why I condition the knuckles and do barehanded with the what's it called, bag work. This is a different angle, so let me know if you guys like this angle, because I never actually do this angle. I normally go like diagonal from the side. Let's drop. Had to use a bit of momentum for that last one. I really didn't see myself getting it otherwise. Anyways, felt good. I think we successfully hit that weight pretty nicely. We are gonna have to move over to the other side of the gym for the dumbbells. I'm gonna be hitting 30 kg for the weighted dumbbell thing. This is my least favorite exercise, I think, out of everything I do. You know, out of arms, out of shoulders, out of legs, chest, back, level, you know, whatever the hell. Hate this exercise, man. I hate a strong word. I can't say hate it, but I dislike it very much. So, yeah. Anyways, we'll hit it, and we'll be relieved when we finish getting it out the way. Let's get this done. I guess someone took the 40 kg dumbbell home somehow. Can you imagine taking a 40 kg dumbbell home with you? How the fuck do you even manage that? Okay. What are we gonna do here? We're gonna put a bit of water down. Dun, 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 dun. Oh. Cool. Gonna move this out the way. Man, I'm an interesting person. I just gave a thumbs up to the bench. Crazy work. Alright. That's 30 kgs right there. That's very convenient. Very happy days. We did just finish that set, so we're gonna give ourselves another like 30 to 45 seconds. We're just chilling, you know? Feels a little bit cramped in here, you know? I feel like we need to make some space for ourselves here. Now that looks interesting. I don't ever move the benches when they're up. It looks pretty interesting when you do that. Alright. This is actually kind of a little nice setup. You got all the benches and stuff lined up here. Nice little free runner space for us to aimlessly walk up and down for no reason. Alright. Let's go. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Damn. That felt nice though. I was just thinking to myself while I was doing that set, wondering like, with the bag work and how it like hurts your knuckles when you're conditioning and all that sort of stuff, is there any benefits to the bag work in terms of the gym? Is there any exercise that might benefit? I feel like when you're hitting a bag, you're training your wrists as well, because you know, your wrist has to be able to maintain, you know, that backwards force, I guess, when you hit it or whatever, you know, and not fold. So I guess I might train my wrist, which is obviously a good thing. I use wrist wraps for a lot of things, so that would be nice. I guess exercise wise it might, I don't even do them, but I guess in theory it would help. Is like the knuckle conditioning might help with like, what is it called, knuckle push-ups. If you're doing knuckle push-ups and they normally hurt, probably wouldn't hurt after you do bag work, especially raw handed. There's even a saying, raw handed. But yeah, I think that's some benefits. Otherwise I don't really think too much else, except from the wrists and knuckle conditioning for like knuckle push-ups. It's like, what other exercises you using your knuckles to move the weight? You know, not many, right? I'm sure there's other things, you know, like cardiovascular, you might be better, might be able to breathe better, I don't know. Like, I'm making up stuff because I don't know. But you know, I'm sure there's definitely benefits, you know. So that's always good. Okay, we got another setting coming. Let's wrap up. Definitely want to wrap up on this exercise. This one definitely does fuck with the wrists. Anyways, let go. We'll take off the palm cover in a bit. Maybe after first tricep exercise, maybe after this even. I don't know. We'll see. I normally do it when I get to feel like really warm and it starts to get uncomfortable. That's when I normally do it. Five, 6, 7. A bit of rubber came off the dumbbell there. Okay, where's the 28s? Another side. Why do they put 28s on the top row, man? What is this? Whoa, the ball. Yeah. I was meant to get more reps, but I just realized halfway through that, basically when I picked it, was starting to pick up the first rep there, that I was meant to drop to 26, not 28. And for some reason my ass went to the 28s, which is not enough of a drop from 30 to be able to just start repping. It's only 2 kg less, you're gonna fail very quickly again. Ugh. I don't know why the hell my ass decided 2 hands was good there. I'm just terrified of like thingy, you know, putting it down in the wrong way like I did last time. I almost took off my fucking finger doing that. Hey. Here's my wrists are hurting a bit more. The reason being is obviously probably because of the bag work the other day. So, I'm debating. Should I do bag work tomorrow or not? Is that gonna fuck me up? In terms of gym, in terms of the extra strain on the wrist. Have to see. But I do want to be consistent with it, so also can't be resting too long or being inconsistent and things like that, you know? Anyways, that's that exercise out of the way. Happy days. I'm gonna take off my pump cover now. The reason being, I want to see what the bicep pump's looking like after doing that. I think last time I checked tricep pump. You guys might not be able to hear me too well because I'm gonna just take a mic off my hoodie and I'll put it on my t-shirt in a sec. I'm gonna put this. Put it on the floor for now. The reason I take off my hoodie off the head part so slowly is because another fear is that I'm terrified of like ripping off my earring or something, because I've caught it a few times, like forgetting, you know, I'm in the shower drying my hair or something, my ear even, and I forget I have my earring in, and I just fucking rip my ear off, you know, trying to dry myself too harshly. I don't know if you guys can even hear me. Hope you can. Okay, maybe that's a bit. I don't want to put it too close. Always pulls my hair up a bit. Damn. Cool. I look like fucking bulky and good at the same time. I don't even know how. Anyways. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. Okay. Oh yeah, we need to actually keep this tucked in for this next exercise. So we need to use a bench. So we're gonna, I hope this isn't a freaking broken one, because if it is, it's gonna fucking go haywire. And I'm gonna have the fucking pollen inserted into my asshole. If you didn't see last stream, that thing fucking malfunctioned. And now I'm like worried about that. I don't want that happening. Please don't screw me over. I think it is the malfunctioning one. Alright. Let's double check. You guys can actually see that. Yeah, you guys should be able to. I'll move it like a little bit more, like that. Mad. What dumbbells am I doing? 18, I think. Oh wait, no. First I need to warm up. Ugh. Always good to warm up, guys. At least a little bit. I'm not the best master of warming up, but still do for important things. Oh, stretch my back. I really dislike this whole thing they put on the side. Just ruins the momentum. I gotta wrap up my wrist again now. Okay, 18. Let's go. Oof. There you go. Anyways, that's one set. Been stuck on 18 for a bit for that one, but that is a pretty intense exercise to go up on, I think. Really strenuous, that one. But we'll get up to 20 soon, you know. The next, I don't know, to be honest, but we'll see. Still going up in just about everything else, so no need for concern or anything like that. It's all good. So yeah, the bulk is going pretty well. I do need to weigh myself, but you can just see by the physique, things are getting bigger. Stomach is obviously also getting bigger. That always happens, you know. I'm not doing a super lean bulk or anything like that, so it makes sense. But it is looking like one of those really cool physiques, you know, where you see you know, a transformation from a guy like who bulks and then cuts down and just look insane. I'm looking like that fluffy version right now, you know. Let's see how far we can take this bulk. I'm hoping at least minimum 80. I want to aim for 85 if I'm honest, but I just don't know how fluffy I'm going to look at 85. That's going to be ridiculous because I am only 5'6", you know, so 85 is going to be crazy, but we'll see what we can do with it. The highest I've ever been before is 75, so we'll see what we can do. You know, even 80 is progress, but I do want to try hit 85 and see what I can do from there. Then we're gonna go a nice cut and see what we can do. See how good we can look. Alright, I'm gonna get into the next set in a second here. We'll wrap up and we'll get into the next set in a bit. But yeah, you know, anyone who's bulked or is bulking, you know, they know how it feels. You know, we all know how it feels. Like, you feel like, you know, things are getting bigger, you're getting stronger, but also you lift up the t-shirt and you're like, oh shit, you know, never mind. We gotta backtrack on all that, bro. You know, can't give ourselves too much credit because you look a little bit diabolical. But I don't like lean bulking. Like, some people, they like it, it is for them. For me, nah, because it's like, I like two phases, you know, bulking and cutting. It's like, if you're lean bulking, you kind of do both at the same time because you're just putting on mass, you know, and you're staying decent, you know. But with the bulking and cutting, what I like about it is, if you lean bulk, oh sorry, I'm fucking switching, I'm going all over the place, but if you lean bulk, your whole life is just misery. I'm sorry, it's just, you have to deal with, you know, watching what you eat 24/7. There is no exceptions to it, you know. And if that's for you, then, you know, all the power to you. But with at least bulking and cutting, at least if you are, you know, bulking, having to do a decent cut, at least on the bulking phase, you can be a little more happy and enjoy a part of your life a little bit, you know, like eat a little bit of what you want, because there will be days, you know, where, oh shoot, your family orders takeaway, or you want to have a takeaway, or you just mess up and you're just like, fuck man, you know, like one day, you know. Or maybe someone offers you donuts, someone offers you a chocolate, you know, someone offers you whatever, right? But if you're lean bulking, a lot of the time you can't do that stuff, you know, so we have to say no. Which is, you know, fine. It's just, you know, it's 24/7 and you just can't let up. Otherwise, you just turn into, all the progress of lean bulking just goes away then, if you start to let up. But at least with the bulking and cutting, at least on one of those phases, which is bulking, you can let up. You can, you know, have the dirtier food and whatnot, because you're going to lose it all again in the cut. So at least half of your life you get to enjoy, you know. But, you know, some people it's different. They do like to lean bulk. I did try it for maybe 2-3 months, just not for me. The progress is also a big mental game with that, because the progress is very hard to track, because you have to be very consistent with tracking it. There's a lot of, you know, fluctuation with your body weight and all that stuff, and you have to figure out, like, am I gaining this much fat? Am I gaining this much muscle? And is this working? You know, because the fluctuation in weight, you're moving very slowly. With bulking and cutting, it's a lot easier to track, because the big differences between when you weigh are going to be a lot bigger. So, you know, I like to see, not tangible progress, but like, you know, progress you can see to a decent scale, you know. But when I was like lean bulking, I was just like, I haven't moved much in 2 months, like, you know. So maybe I could have been doing things wrong, for sure, definitely, I probably was. But also, even in a lean bulk, in a good scenario and you're good at it, still very hard to get good results. And, or at least see good results, you know. But with a bulking and cutting phase, it's a lot easier, especially for newbies, to see the results, you know. Because that's what you want to see, especially when you're starting and things like that. Alright, let me stop yapping, let me do another set. Like a bird. 7. Oof. I'm gonna fail this one. I gotta drop. Oof. All right. Okay, we dropped the right amount this time. Good job, me. Okay, I need to hydrate, man. Damn. Whew. Happy days. Yeah, my sister's recently started working out, thinking of joining a gym eventually and things like that. And she's obviously a very beginner, and she's basically relying on an AI like sort of coach. So it's like this app that recommends you like meals, tells you, what to eat, what workouts to do based on your goals, and you just type to it and it can rearrange the foods and help you hit macros, tell you what foods to have, things like just give you advice as well, which is good for a beginner for sure. Can help you get into the first boundaries of the foundation of everything. I feel like 2 things wrong with that. She's already noticed one of them, but the first thing is, not in any order, but the first thing is AI, at least right now, it can be a little bit finicky on some certain things, especially if you're not using an AI like one of the top ones like GPT and things like that. But it kind of gets things wrong, like she already saw some of this when it told her to have 30 grams of pasta as a meal. And she measured it out and it was actually like 6 or 7 pasta pieces as a meal. And you're like, that can't be right, So there can be little funny things, it's just to remind it certain things, all that, I mean, eventually we'll get to the point of being just really amazing and being able to help with like cures and stuff, but right now it's not there yet. But so she's already seen some of that and noticed some inconsistencies. The second thing is you need to make something that works for you, because AI is just going to tell you what's best, but what works for you won't always be optimal, won't always be the best, So what's better than doing the best and then not being consistent and failing is being consistent even at something that is 20-30% worse, but you're consistent and that progress carries through, Miss that, guys. Double checking everything is working. Okay. So, for this exercise, are we doing 30 or 28? I think we're doing 28. Should I attempt 30? I might attempt it. just to see how well I do. I don't really know. Can't remember if I did 30 last time or not. So I'm gonna attempt it. We might fail miserably, but let's see how many we can get. I just went to like an absolute failure with the last set, and I don't think it was that long ago. Dum 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 dum. I like this song. Slow paced, but it's nice. Basically, it's a song about two brothers and just being there for each other. That's simple but sweet, you know? Damn. Fuck. Strains the elbow, but 10. Not the worst. Fucking. Not the worst thing ever. That's the thing I'm noticing when I'm going higher with the weight with triceps. Fuck, man, my elbows start to really hold me back a bit, you know. Anyways, let's hydrate up. I'm just checking. My elbow's hurting when I'm tensing the tricep. Mainly it's my left one right now. Normally it's the right one, which is weird. I wonder if that has to do with being left or right-handed. I'm not really sure. I'm left-handed, you know. I'm a lefty. Conveniently placed seat. Man, some people, they genuinely really do leave the bars like loaded up and stuff, man. And I just think, you know, it's like, that's gotta be really annoying, you know. It's like, I understand if you're in a rush and stuff for sure, but you know, for the next person it must be annoying, because like, not everyone's gonna be able to lift that, you know. Say you got fucking 20-25 kg plates on, and then the next person is a very old lady who's just trying to like get her fitness up, you know. She just can't really lift 25 kg too well, you know. Or, you know, someone is just not able to hack it. Some people are just, you know, weaker, and some people do come here like trying to work on themselves, and you know, definitely not the finished product yet. So that got to be real annoying, you know. It's like, it's now they've either got to get a friend to help them, they got to ask someone to help them, they got to ask the trainer to help them. And this is a 24-hour gym. Trainers aren't going to be here all of the time, you know. Like right now I'm alone in the gym, no one's here. Now what if I was a different like person? Like what if I was someone who couldn't lift that? Who am I going to ask? How am I going to get help, you know? They just have to somehow work it out, but that's what I mean, you know. Another thing that is a little bit annoying, I'm not gonna judge people for this one too much because it's like people don't think about this too often. But it's like I sometimes get in there and I'm like, fuck. The bar, like you know what the thing that holds the bar, those little like holders or whatever. Sometimes a bit high. You know, I'm not a super tall guy, and sometimes to lift that bar is a little bit annoying. Not really. The bar isn't too bad because you know I can lift the bar, but it's like when it has proper weight on it and it's like fucking over here. Now I have to tiptoe to try and grab that weight. You know, I have to try. You know, fucking do something. You know, because you won't have the same pulling force up here as you will down here. You know. There's the same reason why there's like you know, now there's 3 rows of dumbbell. You can't see this behind you guys, but there's 3 rows of dumbbells now, and the fucking 28 kg dumbbells on the first row, which is already like, you know, somewhere here for me. So it's a fucking, I have to tiptoe to try and pick it up. And, you know, if someone's shorter, you know, even that fucking tiptoeing won't work. So mad. But that's the thing, you know, in a gym, one size doesn't fit all. You know, everyone's different heights, everyone's different strengths, everyone's different builds, has different, you know, ability. So it's a little bit hard to make things, you know, super duper equal and fair, you know, for everyone. But I guess the job is just to try and make it as fair as possible, or make it as convenient as possible, you know. All right, I'm gonna get into this next set. Ooh. Take a sip of water before we get into it though. I didn't close it properly, just splashed. Would you really know it's not closed properly? Like the tiniest gap. Come on, man. Yeah. Whoa. There you go. Oof. Okay. Done. We're gonna hit a quick pose. I don't know why I did a bicep pose when I just did triceps. But at least I did the tricep one after. I'm not the best at posing, but so do what I know. You know what, I'm thinking of doing some weighted dips now because I feel like normal dips are getting a little bit too easy for me. I'm normally doing like 15 plus reps. So I think at that point, you know, I need to start introducing some sort of weight to the dips to make it a little bit harder and get a bit of that progressive overload going, you know, go higher and stuff. I mean, it is still progressive overloading because it's like, you know, I'm going higher in reps, which is part of it, but to increase the weight is nice as well. So I want to try and do that. Just don't really know, what the hell do you use to strap weight to you, you know? It's like, I think, you know, I've seen it with like maybe chains or some sort of, they have it around their like waist or something. So yeah, I've got to figure that out. We might try on Friday. What's Friday? Fuck, Friday's tomorrow, man. Today technically, but you know, I'm still working out for yesterday because I do like, obviously my streams are like, you know, 2 a.m. So it's like I do it for the previous day. So next time coming will be technically Saturday, but I'll be working out for Friday, if you get what I mean. So yeah, I think tomorrow, yeah, I'm gonna obviously do deadlifting, and you know, I got back and forearm, so I'll be doing deadlifting. I might try hit a PR, I might try 160, or at least I want to try 150 again. See if I can get that easier and see if we can go for a 160 maybe. Alright. So let's see, when I get home I need to have my creatine. I haven't had it today. Ba, ba. Da, 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 da. You know, I feel like the lats are coming in a little bit like, okay, when I try to flex my lats, my pecs move as well, but they're not crazy. I do have like long lats, so it's gonna take me a while to fill them out. But you know, I feel like they're getting a little bit. I didn't always train lats, that's why they're pretty undeveloped. But obviously I am now, but you know, I'm working on it. It's pretty cool. Alright, next exercise, let's go. Ugh. I'm gonna bring the stuff there first. I'll bring you guys in a second. Someone's got the rope there nicely for me. Oh, I got a little bit, but that's all good. So that speeds things up, which is nice. Just double check everything is working. Yeah, we're good. That's a good angle. Yeah, good angle. Cool. I feel like my elbows was hurt with this exercise. At this weight I'm doing. Oh. I want to have a different song, you know? See what song I can put on here. I'll go with this, let's chill. Let me check one thing. Let's go. know when you cut your nails, and obviously for guys, I mean girls, I don't think you guys cut it this short, but obviously you know when you cut your nails super short, and there's like that burning sensation that happens like when you apply pressure to it. You pressure sort of like that. It's like a burning sensation. I don't know why that happens. Maybe skin's raw or whatever, but it's a little sensitive for a day or two, maybe even 3 days. Where was I going with this? So basically, when I'm applying that pressure, it's still actually it's doing that, so it's burning. I don't know where the hell I was going with that, I'm not gonna lie. You know, the lighting isn't that great in the gym. It's one of the few flaws I'd say with my gym here. It's not my gym, but you know, the gym I go to, if you get what I mean. It's kind of funny because all the lights are warm colored. Actually, no, wait. All of them are cold colored, actually, you can see down there. But if you look down this way, this one's warm. The furthest one there is warm for some reason. But all the other ones are cold. Little quirks of this gym. Da, 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 da. Okay. We got another set to do in a second here. But yeah, about the bag work, when you do wobbly. But when you do bag work like with just your hands, and you don't really rock into it, you don't like pace yourself, you just go straight in with hands and do a pretty decently sized bag session with it. Your knuckles and your wrists are gonna fucking pain like hell. I'm not gonna lie, it is gonna hurt. Not even the next day like DOMs, it's gonna hurt quick. It's gonna hurt like within an hour or two already. And yeah, it's just gonna pain like hell. But what the cool thing about it is I expected it to pain longer than it did. Or at least at the intensity it did for as long as it did. It only pained for about the rest of that day, and then I slept a decent bit, and it's not too bad today. You know, there are some pains there still for sure, but a lot of it has like either lowered intensity or just gone. So that's obviously good. Maybe it's because I slept for a decent amount of time. Obviously your body's healing, you know, a good amount when you're sleeping, so obviously good. That's also why, you know, sleep is important in like muscle building, gym, all that sort of stuff. Even losing weight and fat. Okay, I'm gonna get this set done here. Go down a bit. Oof. What's that though? That's ready for the next shoulders now. I think it's 35 I'm doing. Pounds, not kg. This exercise really humbles you on the way, I'm not gonna lie. Just gonna wait a little bit here, because otherwise I'm gonna be a bit too fatigued starting the set. I'm gonna hit low reps because of that. It's very peaceful at night, you know. It really does push you into that like thinking zone, you know, just deep in your thoughts. You just get lost. You just might be looking in the mirror, staring at nothing, and you just sort of get deep in your thoughts a bit. Definitely happens at night, for sure. Just has that vibe to it. Six, seven, 8, 9, 3, 12. Look, I saw someone. What the hell? 5, 6, 7, 8. Damn. Oof. Alright. Got another one of those. Let me drop it. I'll go again. My routine with that is I do like the normal reps. Then you'll see I start to engage like more momentum into the reps. Or engage momentum, and then obviously I'm focusing a lot on the centric, on the just, you know, the part going down. Try and slow that down as much as I can, and then obviously do the other side. But on this one I'm going to do all of that and then drop and then do all that again to really get that absolute failure zone, you know. I haven't drank a thing since I really refilled it, not that much at all. All right. Okay. Not yet, gotta wait a little bit, because it's not gonna be fun. Sami Bibi. How are you? I'm good. I'm chilling. Getting a little bit more fatigued. We're running into the end of the session here, so getting fatigued, but still, good session today. Very quiet, you know, no one's in the gym, and I don't think there is anyone. I feel like I saw someone, or maybe I'm seeing things. You know, this time of day, maybe I'm seeing ghosts or something. But yeah, right now it's like 2 a.m. No, it's not 2. I came in at 2 a.m. It's like 3 a.m. 3:30 in the morning. You know, it's sort of the only time of day that your gym's actually really gonna be empty. But I like this gym because it's empty for the whole period of like normally 1 or 2, all the way down to like 5 a.m. It's just completely empty. It's like it's a ghost town here. So I quite like it around this time. Don't have to deal with anyone. But it sometimes gets a little bit lonely, you know? Sometimes you miss the presence of someone working out, even if you don't talk to them, you know? Like the presence of someone working out near you, just in the vicinity, off in the distance. Someone, you know? But it gets a little bit spooky just being in the gym alone. But I feel like a lot of people, obviously at first, they'd really like it. But now pardon me, I'm in the gym here alone just a lot of the time. So, at the time I go. So, it does get a little bit lonely after a while, you know? But yeah, to answer your question, I'm feeling good. One more, come on. Alright, we drop. Okay. Ouch. I'm gonna switch to the other hand in a second. Just give me one moment. Double check the stream is all good. Wi-Fi is working a little bit slow, huh? Alright. I'm just gonna double check. Just this real quick. Alright, we're good. Just have to double check. This side. We haven't dropped it, have we? Oh shit. Was about to do the wrong way. I guess you guys are gonna see my back here for a sec. My right side, a little bit weaker, for sure. 5, 6. Nope. 3. Oh, that was my bad. Son of... Damn. Nice. Alright, so we are working our way through the bottle of water, trying to get the water intake up. You know, I feel like when you have creatine, I don't know, no one really specifies how much water or how much extra water you need to have when you take creatine. So everyone just starts chugging the shit out of water. Maybe excess, maybe just too much. I mean, you can't really have too much water, come on. It's just gonna help your body anyways, you know, the excess. But they don't really clarify, I don't think. Maybe if I search it up, I might actually find an answer, but can't be bothered. So I just chug water as much as I can here. Especially with gym, I really like having a bunch of water with the gym. You know, gym's like a passive water intake because you get thirsty at the gym, of course. You know, you're working out and all that stuff, breathing, all that is heavy and all that. So you're going to be having more water in the gym anyways. So it's like little passive water gain for your day, you know. I'm trying to hit like, you know, liter and a half of extra water in the day with just the gym, which is nice. Just double check everything is smooth. Alright, that's that one. The attachment convenient is on the other side of the gym, so I'll be back 2 seconds. You guys are still gonna hear me because I'm mic'd up, so yeah. Just crazy seeing no one at the front desk. Super spooky. I like to use this one. I don't know why. I think it's because it's got the rubber, like, I don't know, it's even rubber, but it's got these little grips rather than the other one, which is a newer one, but I like some more. Maybe it's because I started it on this attachment. 155. Cool. Alright, don't judge me, guys. This is gonna be a diabolical exercise in terms of the faces I make. I'm gonna make sure you get a good angle on that. But I make some pretty crazy faces on this one because it exhausts the hell out of me, man. Hey guys, just let me know how you guys are doing. I mean, as I said before, getting fatigued to the end of the session, you know, that's obviously a good thing. So shows that I'm working my ass off in here. I think I put the right weight, right? I'm having Alzheimer's here. It's the right one. I think so. Not after a rep like that. Oof. Yeesh. One of these days I'm gonna pass out on one of these exercises. I mean, passing out isn't really a good thing, but I feel like at least I'm doing it in a good way, you know? Working so hard that you pass out, I feel like has a better look to it than just passing out for no reason. Just double check. Everything is going smooth. All good. Let me know, guys. Well, do you guys actually clean the equipment in the gym, like after using it? Because recently I had a conversation with someone and they basically said that you can get, I think it's a ringworm, just sort of like a rash, if you basically are making a lot of contact with, you know, benches or equipment that people have used. Personally, I feel like when you're newer, you clean the equipment more, and then eventually, you normally do it just to fit in, you know, but eventually you sort of lose the habit after being, you know, in the gym for several years and things like that. So I definitely have lost the habit. I don't do it anymore, but what they also said though is it's way more like risky for girls, because obviously, you know, girls are wearing like more revealing stuff, you know, they're wearing shorts a lot more and things like that. So obviously their bare skin's touching the bench a lot of the time. As guys, you might be wearing trousers like me, more covered up, stuff like that. So that's why it's maybe less risky. But shit, you know, that I didn't even think about it, I won't know that, you know. I just thought, you know, I guess a little bit of their sweat, but I didn't think anything like that, you know. Alright, we're gonna get in set in the next like 20 seconds or so. Just trying to get through this bottle. If we get on the rear delts we're about to do after this, you know, set and drop set, if we do get the weight I'm gonna do, which is 73 kg, if I do actually get it and I'm successful with it, I'm gonna go ahead and go up next session, which would be nice. I think the next one's 79. All right. Damn. Let me drop, because we ain't done yet. Damn. I definitely do feel like faintish after this exercise specifically. It really does take a crap ton out of me. Alright, I'm gonna go set up. I'm gonna grab you guys. I just grabbed the air. That's how out of it I am right now. I was like, I looked down, I was like, what the fuck? I swear I grabbed it. Alright, let's go. It's gotta be the deadest angle on the planet. Maybe that's better. Don't pick me for photography, guys. I'll give you some dead angles. Alright. I'm just grabbing my stuff. No, come better on this little block. Not bad. Convenient placing. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun. I'm gonna wait a second, it just goes. just rest a bit, you know, chill. Listen to some Juice WRLD, but I'm in a little bit more faster. Oh my gosh, please. Something. No fun. Okay. There's many of these machines that I just don't touch in the gym. I mean, I guess that's how everyone is, you know, once you have your routine, once you have the things you use, you know, you do all your different exercises and whatnot, you sort of just, you know, stick to it, you know. Obviously, there's always changing things around, you know, shuffling stuff, maybe trying something new, but a lot of stuff I just don't use, like this machine here, like it's for lats, I'm pretty sure. There's no way, they call it diverging lat pull down. They're adding names to it now. You could just call it lat pull down, but they call it, that's the diverging lat pull down. Crazy. Alright, let's go. I'm not as tall as whoever was using this before. Damn. That was not a great start. Really screwed the start of that one. I'm bringing you guys close because it just seems awkward, like how far I'm having to look back to even look at you guys. Man, that was a real awkward start. I feel like definitely with this exercise you got to use some momentum, you know, to get going. But I really messed up that part. Means I have to use a absurd amount of strength to even get started. That's how it always is when you first start like an exercise. There's that little, you know, like, I don't know how to describe it, like that little slack of weight you gotta lift where that thing moves, and then after the reps after aren't as bad as the first one, you know. You know, people will get it, you know. Oof. What we got tomorrow? We got back and forearms tomorrow. Forearms and back, whatever way you want to say. There's so many things when I first started in the gym that I never used to train. Like, I didn't train back, I didn't train the lats, I didn't train legs, I'm joking. But I did train legs, you know, but just, to be honest, I actually focused on legs quite a bit back when I first started. So I didn't want to be the meme, you know, the person who doesn't train legs or whatever. Anyways, I didn't train back, didn't train lats, didn't train, okay, well, I can't say I didn't completely train forearm, but I didn't have a set, actual forearm day. There's so many things I didn't train, you know. Oh, I say so many, but there's 3 of them, but what else didn't I train? I think that's it, maybe. 3. So, yeah. I mean, it's kind of crazy to leave a whole body part like that out, like back and lats, you know. I just didn't train it. It's hard, to be honest, to fit everything into a schedule, you know. It's like there's so many different muscle groups. You know, you got obviously you got arms, but in that you've got biceps, you got the triceps. If you want to do forearms on like the brachialis and brachioradialis, all that, you got even those things. Then you got the shoulders, and obviously your shoulders, you got three parts. You got the front, you know, middle or side, and then rear as well. And chest, you got the different parts of the chest. Legs, obviously you got different parts of the legs. You know, you got calves, you got quads, you got hamstrings. Some people freaking out here training neck. I'm not throwing shade, you know, that, you know, if you train neck, that's cool, but fuck, man, how do you find the time to even be training all of that with everything else you gotta train too, man? That's crazy. You even got traps, you know, like, I mean, it is a lot to have to factor in when you are training. Yeah, genuinely a bunch. And then you also got cardio even, how, you know, you gotta fit that in as well. Crazy. Yeah, so I don't know, I used to do one body part a day, like literally just be like, alright, it's arm day, alright, it's chest day, alright, it's shoulder day. I don't know how I was doing that, because like with how many body parts there are, man, even if you're going like fucking 7 days a week with one body part, you're still not gonna make it, getting everything. You need to go arms, chest, shoulders, legs, back, forearms, abs, the cardio if you want, and if you change bicep and tricep train them separately, then that's another one. You know, it's like fucking 8-9 things. So even during 7 days a week, you won't hit it on one body part a day. That's crazy. And then some people obviously are only going like 3-4 days a week, so it's like, how the fuck do you even train now all in 3 or 4 days? And then also remember, you're not only hitting it once in a week. For optimal, you gotta hit things twice in a week, you know? So, because there's a big difference in terms of how much muscle you're gonna get from training a thing like once a week compared to two. Two is like almost fucking double the progress. So yeah, 2 times a week you gotta hit all that. So it's like, what the fuck? How? Anyways, my split is basically Tuesday I got the forearms and back. Wednesday I got chest and legs. Obviously Monday is my rest day if you didn't figure that out. Yeah, so chest and legs on Wednesday. Thursday got arms, shoulders. Friday I got forearms and back again. Saturday I got chest and shoulders. Sunday I got arms and legs. So if you count it all up, I'm training arms on Thursday and Sunday. I'm training chest on Wednesday and Saturday. I'm training legs on Wednesday and Sunday. And I'm training shoulders on Thursday and Saturday. So that's 2 times a week for arms, chest, legs, shoulders. And then back, I'm training on Tuesday, Friday. And then forearms, I'm training when? Tuesday and Friday as well. That's 6 things that I'm training twice a week. And that's a 6-day split, bro. That's crazy work. Plus I'm doing bag work and all that. I guess you can call that cardio, so. Oof, you know. So yeah, you know, that is pretty mad, having to do all of that. You know, to even fit it in 2 times a week, it is rough, you know. But yeah. As long as you're consistent, even if you're training once a week, you still eventually get there, you know, for sure. It's just faster 2 times, I guess, a week. And obviously that's just training. Remember, training is like 30% of the work. The other 70% is honestly like eating and diet and sleep, you know. longest rep ever, that. I was not backing down from that rep. There we are. There we go. Okay. I am finished. Both ways. Finished with the session and finished tired. Just double check everything's all good, all working. Anyways, see, that is session complete. Whew. Let me know how you guys are today. How's your day been? So I care about how it has been for you guys, what you guys are up to. And maybe you guys are watching the stream, just, somebody that doze off to you before bed. Maybe you guys are in the gym yourself. Maybe you're here just trying to learn, like maybe you're gonna start gym soon. And just trying to, see what it's like a little bit. Maybe, I've run into a few, but maybe you're a professional bodybuilder and you just wanna watch some other people, What's cool about the gym is everyone's out in their own different spot, doing their own different thing, and everyone's at different stages. There might be one person who is heavily overweight, there may be someone who is heavily underweight, there's someone who's at their dream physique, there's someone who has a dream for a physique, so it's really cool to see that everyone is in different positions. Everyone's at different ages, everyone's different, place, and they started at different times. Someone might have only started when they're 31 in the gym. Someone may have started when they were 15 in the gym, So, definitely, there's levels to it, But what's cool is you're all universally together, trying to do the same thing, Obviously you have different goals. Someone might have a different physique goal than you. Someone might want to be a powerlifter, someone might want to be a bodybuilder. Someone might just want to be healthy, someone might want to just look good or feel happier, do something productive, everyone has different goals. But you're all in there for the universal same reason. To better yourself, to be healthier, and maybe just be productive, So that's what's cool about it. You're all built, not built, but brought together by the same universal goal there, which is nice. And I think that's what makes it so easy and so nice to relate to the people in there, because everyone is in there with a unique story, a unique reason why they're there. Some people might have had harsh lives, some people might have had, something happen to them that, pushed them to get into the gym. And often is the case, there's a lot of things, for example, heartbreak is one of them. Loss is maybe another one of them. So there's definitely different reasons. Someone might be in there, I don't know, trying to prep for a wedding, trying to look their best for one of the best and biggest moments of their life, That's why it's always cool to meet new people, find out what their story is, and just conversate. I mean, you know, I feel like maybe I'll talk about my reason. Yeah, might be a good place to talk about. So, I'd say my reason. You know, the reason I started in the gym. I've gone over the story a few times, but obviously, you know, everyone's there's new people here and whatnot. So, my reason is that it started when I'd say my whole fitness journey as a whole started when I was around 14 years old. I'm 22 now. But actual gym-wise, I only started when I was 17, going 18 sort of thing. 17 to 18, somewhere around there. And basically, when I was 14, I just went to a friend's house. We had a little push-up contest. And I figured, shit, I can even do 2 push-ups. I failed on the second push-up. So I went home that day and I looked in the mirror and I looked, lift my shirt up. I was like, shit, man, I'm pretty fluffy. I'm pretty overweight. And that's where it started. I took a picture that day, or maybe the day after, of that, lift, shut up moment, and how fat I was. And I thought, shit, I'm gonna get stronger. I'm gonna look better. And I downloaded this app. It was called Six Pack in 30 Days. Obviously, it's a pretty intriguing title, but obviously, if you know six pack and everything I know now, that's not happening, especially not for everyone. 30 days in the six pack is crazy work. But obviously, I guess you believe it, but it wasn't even the fact that I was like, I'm gonna get six pack in 30 days. For me, it was more so I'm gonna make progress towards a better physique, and that's what I did. I dedicated myself and I worked out every single day on abs, following the exercises on that six pack in 30 day thing. And it would set rest periods, it would set timers, all that sort of cool stuff that those apps do. And I followed it. I was working out in my, in the bedroom. And this sort of turned into that funny, iconic story of, doing those ab workouts, doing those push-ups in your room at, fucking 3 a.m. in the morning, and your parents catch you, and it's a funny moment. They might laugh at you, they might say something negative, but you keep going, But the thing is, after a while, they'll keep finding you doing it, and they'll be like, shit, this isn't a joke. He's actually going in on it, And eventually they will stop laughing. Eventually they'll be like, this is the new normal, he's doing it every day.